talk to dozens of agency owners every single week, and they all say the same thing. 2025 was the worst year for client acquisition. Cold outreach completely dried up, ad costs went through the roof, and trust became practically non-existent. Many have had to shut down their agencies as a result. If you want your agency to survive in 2026 and beyond, you need to create content, and in this video, I'll explain the 3 main reasons why. But first, why exactly does the old playbook not work anymore? You see, paid ads used to be the golden ticket. You could scale client acquisition profitably and predictably with a simple, decent offer and some Facebook ads account. But that era is completely gone. The costs have gone up while the conversion rates have plummeted, and that's because the average consumer has developed something called ad blindness. Ask yourself, how many times do you automatically tune out the ads that pop up when you're scrolling through Instagram or even YouTube? YouTube itself created a button that allows people to automatically skip sponsorships that are in the middle of videos. Cold outreach isn't faring much better. The average decision maker gets dozens, if not hundreds, of cold pitches per week, and thanks to AI, many of those pitches are now pretty much the same quality. So it all gets ignored since it's now much more difficult to filter out the good from the bad. And the result of this is that agencies are now spending more than ever before to acquire colder and less trusting leads, which also means you need expensive closers, which makes the cost to acquire each client go up astronomically. So why is content so much better? 1. Build trust at scale. The biggest causality of the AI revolution is trust. It's not that people don't want to buy from agencies anymore, it's that they can't tell who is legit and who is just good at prompting ChatGPT. AI has leveled the playing field when it comes to marketing. Now every agency can look professional, polished and persuasive, even if they are brand new or actually terrible at what they do. That's why content matters now more than ever before. Content is how you build trust at scale. When someone Googles your name and finds content that directly addresses their pain points, shows your expertise, and explains your process, something powerful happens. They start trusting you well before you've even ever hopped on a sales call. Another great thing about content is that you attract and get to work with clients who actually like you. Not just business-wise, but they just vibe with your personality. From your content, they can see how you think, hear your voice, get a good feel for who you are. So you end up working with clients who already match your vibe, which just makes the whole process so much more enjoyable. In a world full of faceless brands and over-automated pitches, being real is genuinely rare. So show your screen, break down your thinking, share your wins and your losses. The more authentic you are, the more trust you will earn. And that trust becomes the difference between chasing skeptical leads and having your prospects binge watch your content, book a call, and show up ready to buy. When your content is doing its job, your sales calls stop feeling like sales calls altogether. They pretty much turn into introductory calls. By the time someone books with you, they've already watched your process, they've listened to your breakdowns, and they've seen how you think. They're not wondering if you can help them anymore. They're trying to figure out how soon they can get started. I was watching a video from Nick Saraiv where he mentioned that he pretty much never faces objections on his sales calls anymore because every single person who hops on a call with him is pretty much already pre-sold. His content has done all the heavy lifting. It has built trust, it has demonstrated his expertise, and it has made his offer too good to ignore. This is exactly why you need to start making content for your agency. If you've ever hired top salespeople before, then you already know how steep those commissions can get. But with content, you can pretty much eliminate that. Plus, your content is working for you 24/7 and it can reach thousands of people at the same time. You don't have any breaks, no burnout, no human limitations. One of the best ways to scale your agency is to productivize your service, and creating content forces you to do exactly that. When you're building out content for your agency, you would naturally have to break down your services into clear steps, concepts, and outcomes. You can't just say we build funnels or we do ads. You have to actually explain what that means, why it matters, and how you do it differently from all the other agencies out there. That process of turning your expertise into digestible content forces clarity, and clarity creates structure. As you create, you start to identify repeatable systems in your business. You identify your core processes. You refine your client journey. You simplify your offer. This isn't just helpful for marketing, it's transformative for the business itself. Suddenly, you're not just trying to deliver a custom service to every single client. You'll be running a system that will get consistent results for every single client that walks through the door. That makes things easier to delegate, easier to optimize, and obviously easier to scale. And none of this is about fancy editing or 10K filming setups or going full YouTuber mode. You don't need a studio like me or a Shure SM7B. You just need a phone, a plan, and a commitment to show up consistently. And to be clear, this isn't about abandoning cold outreach. Cold still works, ads still work, but they work way better if they are backed up by strong organic content. Cold outreach will get you the eyeballs while the content will build trust. Because here's the truth, whether you like it or not, people will Google you before they pay you. If the only thing they find is a generic landing page and a half-empty Instagram profile, you've lost them before you ever got the chance to sell to them. However, the biggest problem with content is that it can take months or even years to figure out, unlike cold outreach that just works right out of the box. But what if you didn't have to figure it out alone? If you want to skip the trial and error and start seeing real results real fast, reach out to me through the first link in the description. I offer a complete done-for-you service that helps agency owners like you book more leads and calls and sales through content. I'll take care of everything from strategy to scripting, editing, publishing, so you can focus on running your agency while I make sure that your content is consistently driving leads and building trust. I built it specifically for agency owners, business owners, entrepreneurs, freelancers, service providers who know they need to be creating but can't afford to waste 18 months to 24 months trying to figure it out themselves. I've helped generate over 2 million subscribers and 6 figures in revenue for our clients. So if you want those same results, click the first link in the description to book a free strategy call. I'm very hands-on and I will work with you one-on-one throughout the entire process, so that's why spots are very limited. And if you'd rather do it yourself, you can also join my school community through the second link in the description. And it's a community for people who are using YouTube to build their business, to sell their products and services. Every single week we pick one person to give them a free strategy session, and we also answer everyone's questions about thumbnails, titles, scripts, hooks, every single thing. So if you're interested to join the community, second link in the description, and I'll see you there.